Hello there, namaste. So, the Primal Hunter Book 6. Now this one really is like an in-between kind of filler thing, because in the last one, the treasure hunt ended. And then this one, it has several things going on. It basically, they get rewarded for the treasure hunt. Then they do like a time skip chapter where it's like, a time skip, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I kind of was upset when I read the chapter, because it's like, this is I don't like them. It's very ever done well, because it can get annoying, but it's like 3 months, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's not bad, because it basically ended with Jake creating a list for himself, and then the next chapter is like, we're gonna do a time skip, or yes, this is a time skip, and it's just like, oh my gosh, please no. And it's like 3 months, and it's like, okay, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal, because time skips are really hit and miss. If anyone's seen Naruto Shippuden is just like, what the heck? Or like Fairy Tail, One Piece did it well. Of course, I'm hinting at anime here, but it always aggravates me when they do it, and it just, the way something ends and then the way the next thing begins just never syncs up right for me. Like, even for the one in, what is it? What is it called? He Who Fights with Monsters. I am not a fan of it. The whole entire book felt like the whole thing should have been just like that. I guess the first part of that, book 11. But other than that, it was okay. I actually enjoyed it, because it starts off with them getting rewards, and then it does that time skip. He basically creates this masterful cursed weapon, and then it goes on to him going to school. And yes, it turns into like a school episode. And it's just like, I got the anime feel from it, just because the Viper kept joking about, like, of course, anyone who's seen anime knows exactly what the Viper was talking about when he was talking about the school uniforms and things like that, making jokes of it. It's just like, yep. I gotta say, I do really enjoy this series. This one really was an in-between, because I don't know, I'm guessing the next one is primarily going to be all about him being in school. I could be wrong, because there's supposed to be another world conference coming up. But other than that, he's in school. He's already being targeted by other people, knowing that he's a patriarch of a bloodline. They all know he's the head of a bloodline, so he's already being hunted, and it literally has that anime trope, and I'm just like, okay, I'm in on it, because it's just so anime-esque. At this point, you've got the school, you've got the fact that he's the new guy in town, and he's the one that all the women want, or everyone's trying to throw their scions at in order to get his bloodline. It feels so wrong, but at the same time, I gotta say, I really am enjoying this series. This series has its fun moments. I mean, he even resurrects the king of the forest in this one, brings him back to life, and allows him to leave while still keeping him like, that's the funny thing. It's like, it explains a lot of the stuff by making it unexplainable, and we get a lot of information in like little nitbits here and there, which makes sense. If you're like, that's why you always follow, like, go back to anime. Like, there was Goku, who's the main character. He's ignorant to everything around him, so we're kind of in Goku's shoes for the most part, not understanding the world around us, because we learn it through him. With Luffy in One Piece, he knows absolutely nothing about anything, and it's everyone else that has to tell him, because we accept it, because we're basically in Luffy's shoes. We're in Jake's shoes, not knowing nothing. And it's just some system effery, or some magic effery, or some bloodline effery, or some transcendence effery. All that stuff. And I gotta say, it really does work. I enjoy that aspect about it. It just makes it so much easier. Again, my biggest issue is, like, when it comes to writing, for me at least, I try to figure out how everything should work, how the magic should make sense. Like if you've gone through like Brandon Sanderson's, the Mistborns, the coins, and the that kind of stuff, that I like it to make sense. But there's something so convenient about just having it not make sense, make a joke about it, and then come back to it later and be like, okay, I think I figured out how this should work. Or he's written it all out and just wants to go at it later on and sprinkling it out, because too much exposition is bad. But I'm someone who enjoys a lot of exposition just dropped on me every now and then, if it's interestingly done. Like if it's done in a college or a classroom aspect. That's why I enjoy the Mark of the Fool so much. Well, they've kind of gotten away from the classroom, but the way it started out, he kept going to the classroom and they were slowly teaching us the magic, and it's just so interestingly done. Here, he's finally got the chance to go to school and learn, and I gotta say, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying learning more about the world through this well, this teaching avenue, the way they're going about it. But in the end, this series, it still hasn't slowed down. Even though this is kind of like the filler beach ball episode, or the beach episode, to go with the anime, continue with talking about anime, I guess. The beach episode, it still works because it shows us a lot. It becomes more entertaining because, well, Jake's a bachelor. Jake's is an introvert, and now he's being hounded by a ton of people, or at least going to be. That's how the next one's going to start. Whether he makes it to the World Conference or not, no clue. What's going to happen, like, that's the thing, I think that's in the future books, that's, I think, what's going to be the issue. If he doesn't go to the World Conference, everyone's going to think Haven is weak. And it seems like his, the one he promoted to Lord, she's basically a witch, and she's created an altar for herself to sleep in, so that way she can project herself all over Haven. I mean, it's getting interesting. She's literally going to be unkillable, leveling up as she just sleeps her entire life, projects herself into the world of Haven. I think that's how it's going to go. So that way Haven's always protected, I'm assuming. But yeah, I'm finding it interesting. The more it goes about, the more interesting it gets, the more college or school shenanigans happen. I mean, I'm okay with that. Yeah, but thank y'all for watching. Definitely the Primal Hunter has been a fun read to go through. I am definitely going to continue it. I'll probably slow down my reading of it pretty soon, but other than that, because I'm going to be flying out pretty soon. But thank you all for watching. Talk to you next time. Doodles.